Hey, this is my second attempt at making this video because I just wasn't making sense. I don't beat myself up too much about the quality of these videos right now because I'm still in the process of doing it more. But I at least, want to talk in not quick succession, but decent succession. So maybe people who want to listen stay engaged. But yeah, so I noticed something and I wanted to vlog it. I wanted to get it out there. So this is my first attempt at coming out of a slump. It happens. Like, I set a path for myself and then I start walking it, and then it's cool. And the whole time that I want to be doing it, I do it, greatly, but I get very easily distracted. My discipline is there. It still needs a lot more work. I know it always will. But I got a lot of family stuff going on, so I haven't been going to boxing. I just taking some time off, just to like be there for the fam. Because it's really important to me, but the people I have in my life help me be brave in that area. But also, like, I had a little routine that I was doing and I just completely abandoned it for like a week. So I'd say from Saturday, it's Wednesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 days I've been kind of in a slump, kind of been lacking. And so I grabbed my tools to bring me back in. It's cool because the more I work at this, the shorter my slumps are slowly getting. So like I'll have a routine that I'm doing. I'll be training hard, working hard, studying hard, and then a game will pop up that piques my interest or something. It's pretty much, that's what got me this time, a video game. It really is a battle. It's a battle, but it's okay. So yeah, I just got into that, and then I showed up to an event. I invested a lot of training and time. I traveled out of town and I didn't get to fight. So that was like a punch to the gut. So I found myself falling into a slump. And so now though, I've built like tools around myself where I can reach out and grab and do certain things that kind of pull me back to the surface a lot quicker than in the past. Because I'd get into a slump and then I'd just be there for months, And that happens to a lot of people. And so I'm in a phase in my life right now where I'm trying to make those slumps shorter, so I spend more time building. And so I brought my journal with me today. I'm gonna take some time to sit down and write in my journal. I'm making a YouTube video just to put myself back into that frequency, put myself back into that energy of just kind of like moving head first and getting stuff done and not avoiding things. Because you fall into a slump and you become very avoidant and distracted. Also, like Instagram, TikTok, and like YouTube Reels. Mainly Instagram and YouTube. Like, I'll get into a rhythm where I start like excessively watching content and it emotionally drains me and it fogs my mind up and gets my mind all messed up. And that's facts, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been observing myself and that happens. So, today we're gonna pull back from that. We're not gonna be on the phone. We're gonna put the phone down. We're gonna find something more productive to do. Not really productive, just something more slow. Because I want to get straight to like the building and stacking the money in the bank. I want to get straight to like the meat, you know what I'm saying, of the mission. But the truth is I just do not have the tools I need. But I have the tools I need. I just haven't nourished them. So I need to nourish the talents and the focus that I have before I can do anything with it. And I have to do it for, a consecutive amount of time. You know, I've been doing it in spurts. I've been experimenting with it. You know, I've been seeing my potential. I'm like, okay, here's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I let it, you know, I fall short and I stop watering it. You know, and then I water that side of myself that is just distracted and stagnant. But, you know, I get stronger every time I pull back from that and get back to work. And the reason I'm not being so detailed and specific with what I'm really talking about is because I'm making a video for YouTube right now, so I'm just trying to give a broad perspective of how to like work with yourself by explaining to you how I'm doing it for myself. So I don't think everything I'm gonna say to you is gonna make sense, because there's really levels to this stuff. Because I'm starting to pick up on things like thought, and that's a good one too. But that's for another video. I'm gonna have to write that down so I don't forget. But there's like beliefs that boil in me, and there's like thoughts that go through my mind that would have not worked for the past Trenton a couple years ago or fucking yesterday. So it's better. It's a lot better. You know, my lows are a lot higher than my lows used to be. And I think that's honestly the main objective. The main objective is just to find out what can you do habitually, like what habits can you make yourself comfortable with that you can come back to that are positive and that are productive. You know, what foundation are you falling onto when you hit a slump, right? So I would hit a slump and then I'd lose my job, and like I would, you know, smoke a lot of weed or drink a lot and just play video games, like really just let myself go. You know, but now it's like a low for me is like, you know, pulling back from training a little bit, getting more rest, you know what I'm saying, being on my phone a little more than I should be, and how smoking and like drinking and like playing games and just like avoiding relationships and stuff like that, how that used to make me feel is how those little things make me feel now. So like if I notice I'm on my phone too much, I'll get that feeling of like, man, this sucks. You know, you know, if I'm not making a YouTube video at least twice a month, I'm feeling like, man, I'm slipping. You know, that's like my new lows. You have to like build your new lows, because, you know, build your new lows and the new highs will come themselves. That's the analogy we're gonna go with today. That's something that I've noticed, and that's where I'm at. That's what I'm working on. And I'm also dabbling with my mind a lot more, because it's really hard for somebody to like listen to someone else talk about, yeah, it's all up here, you know what I'm saying, you got to work on the mind and stuff like that. I'm diving into it. I'm figuring a few things out, and I'm gonna touch on it in this video, but I'm gonna make videos where I really dive in onto that, like step by step, what it means and what that is, because a lot of people talk about mindset, but I mean, it's something that's really hard to put into words, but I think I might be able to figure it out. So just to touch on that real quick, then I'm gonna end this video. You know, so let's say, you know what I'm saying, you got 4 hours to yourself. Okay, so you want the time to pass, you're gonna go ahead and watch YouTube reels, you know, do something, entertain yourself, pretty much, entertain yourself. Something numbing, something distractive, and that's just not it. It's gonna fog you, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna make it really hard to focus and like see what's really going on, because that's what's going on up here. So like, for example, like reading and writing definitely kind of like puts you in that right direction. But what I noticed is sitting with your thoughts, what it really does is it really lets you cycle through what's going on in your head. And it's weird, because if you have nothing between you and your mind, and I'm talking about entertainment or distractions like video games, YouTube and Instagram reels, drama, shit like that, if you can take that out from in between you and your head for long enough, you're gonna like wake up in the morning and realize like what are the first few things your mind says to you when you wake up. And then, you know, you might be surprised what it says. You know, so, you know, it can be very negative sometimes. Mine were. And so, you know, I changed that. That gave me a sense of like, okay, I need to start feeding my brain more positive things. Because when I wake up first thing in the morning, I'm telling myself, you know what I'm saying, I'm fucked for the day. You know, or like, I'm a piece of shit. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, you know, you wake up in the morning, that's the first thing you hear from yourself is going to get fucked. Also, this is like a meditation practice almost. This is more of like a meditation practice. But like while I'm working, let's say I'm vacuuming or I'm cleaning a mirror or something like that, what I do is my mind's constantly going, and I catch myself like my mind drifting off and daydreaming and thinking about shit. But the trick is let a thought come in, think on it a little bit, and then just push it out. If you can do that, if you can mentally do that, you're getting closer to quote unquote mastering your mind. You know, but really you're allowing yourself to focus, and you're giving yourself mental resilience and discipline to be able to see things clearly and know when you're actually getting somewhere. So let a thought come in, dwell on it a little bit, let it go, push it out. And also, by doing that, you realize, okay, a lot of how I feel throughout the day, and a lot of the things that I put myself through, like the anxiety and the stress and the depression and the sadness and the anger, it's attached to those thoughts. But you have to understand the thoughts, they're just thoughts. Like the more you focus on them and the more you let them in and then let them go, you realize, wait, a lot of that actually doesn't apply to right now. Just stop and look at yourself right now and be like, okay, this thought comes in and there's a feeling attached to it. It makes you feel a type of way. Let go of the thought. And then you realize you have enough power to let yourself let go of that feeling. And that, you're on your way. You're on your way.